DOULUO DALU Chapter 29, Unrivaled Dragon Serpent. Part 1. Oscar somewhat couldn't help himself. How can you prove you were first to hunt it? When we discovered it, we could not see a trace of you. The old woman smiled faintly, saying, Young man, no need to worry. Take a look at this phoenix tail crest serpent's flank, there are 2 bruises. They are injuries caused by my walking stick, furthermore under the wings. Only carelessness let this slippery little fellow escape. This granddaughter just reached 30th rank and needs this spirit ring. You also saw that she has inherited my tool spirit serpent cane. High-level serpent-type spirits are even more suitable for her. Zhao lowered his head to look at the phoenix tail crest serpent in his hand. Sure enough, like the old woman said, there were indeed those kinds of bruises. But if thinking to have Zhao give up with only something like this, that was a fantasy story. Listening, Zhao smiled coldly. Senior, I have not yet consulted for your name. The old woman said. How embarrassing, this old woman is Chao Tianxiang 1. Ignorant spirit master realm friends show respect, giving me the name Serpent Grandmother 2. My husband is Mengshu 3, known as the Dragon Duke 4. This time coming to Stardow Great Forest is in order to give our granddaughter a suitable 3rd spirit ring. I see by the age of these children at your side that they are not too likely to be able to absorb a 1000-year spirit ring. Even if the phoenix tail crest serpent's spirit ring is a bit mild, it still isn't one that can be absorbed by you. To Chao Tianxiang's eyes, among these children before her, the oldest daimyo Bai still must be a bit younger than her granddaughter, and she also had confidence in her granddaughter's strength, fundamentally unable to believe that these children before them were able to reach 30th rank before her granddaughter. Hearing the old woman's introduction, Zhao was startled. Restraining Oscar at his side wanting to speak up, in a low voice he said. Could you be the unrivaled dragon serpent's 5 senior serpent grandmother? Chao Tianxiang smiled calmly. How embarrassing, just so. I have not yet consulted for Spirit Sage's name. The expression on Zhao face changed slightly, he had heard of the name Unrivaled Dragon Serpent before. This husband and wife had started out long ago with strength out of the ordinary, especially the Dragon Duke Mengshu. When he heard of him, that Dragon Duke was already at the Spirit Sage level. Even if he had by now already reached the Spirit DOULUO realm, he would still not feel surprised. The Dragon Duke's spirit was a dragon-headed cane 6 with Serpent Grandmother's serpent-headed cane 7. They brought out the best in each other. The husband and wife pair had an extremely overpowering spirit harmonization ability. Without title DOULUO strength it would be difficult to resist. Zhao was only a spirit sage. Even if this serpent grandmother before him looked a bit weaker than him, it could be that the Dragon Duke would appear. A Dragon Duke was not something he could handle. The unrivaled dragon-serpent relationship was superb, the husband and wife never separated. Serpent grandmother being here, presumably meant Dragon Duke would also not be far away. Zhao did not fail to consider killing this grandparent and grandchild to silence them, but while killing the younger was easy, wanting to kill serpent grandmother Chao Tianxiang certainly wouldn't be easy. Although he was 1 spirit ring stronger than her, if Chao Tianxiang insisted on fleeing, he basically would not have the chance to keep her. After all, Zhao was a physical strength type spirit master, not at all an expert in speed. But if he let serpent grandmother escape, then, waiting for him was the unrivaled dragon serpent's inexhaustible hunt to kill. I am the humble Zhao. Immediately, the expression on Zhao face softened somewhat, announcing his name. Chao Tianxiang's expression also changed slightly. No wonder, I said, how could one randomly come across such a young spirit sage? It was the formerly so famous in the spirit master realm motionless bright king. Zhao with a somewhat awkward smile thought in his heart, this renown of his in the spirit master realm, probably only was infamy. Zhao smiling said. You flatter me, in those days I was still considered notorious. However, for these years living in seclusion, at an academy teaching students, this time I've brought these children to Stardow Great Forest. One reason is for one of them to gain a spirit ring, another is also bringing them out to see the world. I did not expect that we would come across Senior. Chao Tianxiang also had not expected to be entangled with Zhao Wuji, and directly broached the subject. I am a bit older than you. I trust being a bit older, I can call you Brother Zhao 8. Brother Zhao, this 1000-year phoenix tail crest serpent is extremely important to my granddaughter, she just now reached 30th rank, and required something that suits her spirit. This phoenix tail crest serpent was also previously first discovered by us. Moreover, with its injuries, only because of carelessness, let it unexpectedly escape. Is it possible to ask Brother Zhao to make this easy, letting this spirit beast remain with us? This old woman will definitely engrave this situation in her heart, to reciprocate in the future. In his heart Zhao Wuji secretly laughed grimly, "Eo thinking to make me give up on a 1000-year spirit beast with some words. Even if you unrivaled dragon serpent are difficult to deal with, I'm afraid it still can't be that easy. Let alone when Dragon Duke still isn't here." Chao Tianxiang wanted to immediately have back the phoenix tail crest serpent in Zhao Wuji's hand, and Zhao Wuji also wanted to immediately settle the issue. He couldn't want to wait until Dragon Duke arrived. At that time, the situation would not be something he was capable of controlling. "Elder sister Chao, I'm afraid this matter isn't so easily handled." "Ah." Zhao Wuji showed an embarrassed expression. The young lady at Chao Tianxiang's side couldn't help but speak up. "What not so easily handled? This 1000-year phoenix tail crest serpent was clearly found by us first. If not for us already injuring it, could you have done it so easily? Give it to us at once, otherwise we'll be blunt with you." While speaking, she already raised the snake head cane in her hand. Chao Tianxiang simultaneously wrinkled her brows, staring fixedly at Zhao Wuji and saying, "Brother Zhao, then explain why you don't want to return this phoenix tail crest serpent to us grandparent and grandchild." Zhao Wuji smiled slightly, saying, "Elder sister Chao, your words are mistaken. Within this Star-Do great forest, no spirit beasts are things with owners. Perhaps this 1000-year phoenix tail crest serpent was found by you first, and moreover injured. But we were nevertheless last to catch it. You insist on saying it is your thing, this I'm afraid isn't too fair. Although it is comparatively suitable to your grandchild, at the same time it is also very suitable to my student. This kind of relatively mild spirit beast is a great help to the spirit of this student of mine." Chao Tianxiang stared blankly a moment. "You are saying, of these students, one has already attained 30th rank spirit master?" Zhao Wuji nodded. Chao Tianxiang in her heart was alarmed. Of these young boys and girls before her it would seem the oldest was still only 15 or 16 years old, and the majority still appeared 12 or 13 years old. If saying someone among them had already reached 30th rank, then wouldn't it be saying they were even more innately talented than her granddaughter? Thinking of this, Chao Tianxiang's face revealed an expression not daring to be confident, gaze directly falling on the one appearing to be oldest, the appearance brave and extraordinary evil eye white tiger daimyo bai. Zhao Wuji said with a smile. "If Senior doesn't believe it, how about this? I will have these children also reveal their spirits to let Senior have a look. Shrek minions, use your spirits, brighten your spirit rings to show this Senior serpent grandmother." At once under Zhao Wuji's order, everyone released their spirit. Among them, after Ning Rongrong, Oscar, and Tang San's spirits released, only spirit rings appeared over their bodies. Their spirits were not something that could be seen by others. Ning Rongrong's 7 treasures glazed tile pagoda naturally had a way of hiding. Tang San did not want to let his blue-silver grass appear, but could directly let it crawl along the ground. As for Oscar's sausage, without spirit incantations it would not casually appear. And because the other 4 had beast spirits, they all revealed their strength at once, simultaneously completing spirit body enhancement. Immediately, appearing before Serpent Grandmother was the shimmering radiance of all the 7 young boys and girls' spirit rings. Each one had 2 signifying 100-year yellow spirit rings. Daimyo Bai even had 1 more purple 1000-year spirit ring. This sight, could indeed shock Serpent grandmother Chao Tianxiang's heart. Eoi, how is this possible? This was Chao Tianxiang's first thought. Before her these varying between 12 to 15-year-old children, unexpectedly all already possessed spirit grandmaster level or more, that looking like oldest, unexpectedly already possessed 3 spirit rings. And also, each of their spirit rings' quality was so good, not a single 10-year spirit ring appeared. What did this mean? If saying that there was a child with stronger gifts than her granddaughter, perhaps Chao Tianxiang could still accept it. But right now the strength these children displayed, judging by their age, unexpectedly each exceeded her granddaughter. One might say that these 7 young boys and girls, one had to describe them as genius talents, but, how could this many geniuses appear at once? Seeing the astonished look in Chao Tianxiang's eyes, Zhao Wuji couldn't help but secretly feel a burst of pleasure in his heart. On his face appeared a smiling tiger kind of smile. Senior, do you see these students of mine? Chao Tianxiang drew in a deep breath, with difficulty calming her rushing heart, with a tight-lipped smile saying, "Of course. Worthy of being called the motionless bright king's disciples, as expected they are heroic youngsters, ah. I do not know which of these children in the end reached 30th rank." Zhao Wuji clapped Oscar at his side. "It's this kid, he just now reached 30th rank. There is nothing to be done, I also have a hard life and can only bring them here." Chao Tianxiang looked towards Oscar, the expression on her face already appearing more and more unsightly. She was very clear on what a good spirit ring meant to a spirit master about to advance. Right now with the 1000-year phoenix tail crest serpent in other people's hands, if she wanted to let before her this Zhao Wuji spit it out, it could not be such an easy matter. She had long ago heard of this fellow's infamy. If it was not the unrivaled dragon serpent subduing him, perhaps this youngster would directly kill this grandparent and grandchild pair. But, Chao Tianxiang clearly was not willing to give up. Eyes turning, already carefully calculating, one hand lightly stroking the hair on her head. Chao Tianxiang's face revealed a smiling expression. "Brother Zhao, in the present kind of circumstances, I see we both somewhat hate to part with this 1000-year phoenix tail crest serpent. So it would be better to do it like this, we handle it according to the Spirit Master Realm's established customs, letting these 2 children decide on their own who this spirit ring belongs to. What do you think?" "Oh? Spirit Master Realm's established customs? Please explain it clearly, Senior." Zhao Wuji was not affected. He had never before considered himself a person of the Spirit Master Realm and behaved only according to his own preferences, otherwise he would not have landed his infamy. Chao Tianxiang said, "It's very simple, since they both need this spirit ring, and in the course of capturing this phoenix tail crest serpent, both sides also used strength. Since right now everyone is unwilling to give up their claim, then, we'll use strength to decide who this phoenix tail crest serpent belongs to. Isn't that most suitable? If this disciple of yours prevails over my granddaughter, this old woman will say nothing further, and we will leave immediately. And conversely, we would ask Brother Zhao to give over this 1000-year phoenix tail crest serpent." Zhao Wuji spread both hands, assuming a helpless appearance. "I'm sorry. Big Sister Chao, I fear I'm unable to go along with your wishes." Chao Tianxiang's expression changed, slightly angrily saying, "Zhao Wuji, I already conceded, what do you still want? Bullying me when my old fellow isn't present?" "Humph!" Zhao Wuji said with an apologetic smile. "No, of course not, it's like this. This disciple of mine isn't a battle spirit master, he is only an auxiliary system spirit master, that's all. Even more a food system spirit master. How could he compete against your granddaughter?" Part 2. Hearing Zhao Wuji's words, Chao Tianxiang was shocked once again. "What did you say?" "He is a food system spirit master." The words food system spirit master made her immediately see Oscar in a new light. Just like what Shrek Academy's Dean Flender said, as a food system spirit master, and with innate full spirit power, Oscar absolutely was a genius among geniuses. Perhaps in the entire continent since the beginning of history, one still would not find a food system spirit master with cultivation faster than his. Chao Tianxiang looked toward Oscar with a pleasant countenance. Young man, are you really a food system spirit master? From which school are you? Oscar shook his head, saying, I am not part of a school. The dean said that my spirit just became like this due to variation. Genius food system spirit master, without background, variation spirit, these several bits summed together made Chao Tianxiang's heart tighten up. If her school was able to unearth an outstanding food system spirit master like this, then, in the future having him assist her granddaughter, wouldn't it be too perfect? However, without waiting for Chao Tianxiang to try to recruit him, another voice suddenly interjected. Teacher Zhao, it would be better to let me substitute for little Ao in this. I'm 29th ranked, so it should not be considered taking unfair advantage. The speaker was Tang San. Tang San had already observed the Serpent grandmother, grandparent and granddaughter pair for quite a while, and this delay clearly was not a very good course. And he had also from listening to the dialogue between Serpent grandmother and Zhao Wuji heard that the other side still had an even more difficult to handle person who had not yet arrived. Just in case that Dragon Duke also arrived here, perhaps words would no longer be on their side. Furthermore, he and Oscar were roommates. This way of fighting to obtain the spirit ring was also proposed by the other side. Tang San was very confident in his strength, and although Serpent grandmother's daughter's spirit power was one step higher than his, Tang San did not believe the other side was capable of defeating him. While speaking, Tang San already stepped forward to Oscar's side. 29th ranked. Serpent grandmother's heart abruptly contracted at once, secretly saying in her heart, Eoyu, who are these children Zhao Wuji found? How is one after another so outstanding? This looked even younger. If it was at another place, he would still appear to just have graduated from Junior Spirit Master Academy. But standing here right now, saying he already possessed 29th rank's strength, this actually was. Zhao Wuji looked at Tang San standing forward, in his eyes couldn't help but reveal a praising light, saying towards Serpent grandmother. Senior, what do you think? This disciple of mine is a battle spirit master and able to satisfy the requirements of a fight. We'll leave it to him to represent Oscar to fight. If he loses, this 1000-year phoenix tail crest serpent belongs to Senior, and vice versa. I ask Senior to make allowances. Serpent grandmother slowly nodded. If her granddaughter was even unable to prevail over a spirit master one rank below her, then, could she still say anything? Oscar secretly raised a thumb towards Tang San, saying in a low voice. Good brother. Tang San smiled. We are roommates and friends, aren't we? Be at ease, this spirit ring is definitely yours. While speaking, Tang San strode out, facing the young lady who had already walked out, the other people of both sides slowly drawing back, giving them enough space to fight. I'm called Tang San. Spirit Blue Silver Grass. 29th rank 2-ring battle spirit grandmaster. The young lady coldly said. Meng Yuan 9, Spirit Serpent Cane. 30th rank 2-ring battle spirit grandmaster. Close up, Tang San discovered that this young lady called Meng Yuan was very beautiful. She was after all already 16 years old, her figure's development was already perfect. Compared to her, the Academy's 3 girls still appeared a bit immature. Meng Yuan's pair of big brown eyes possessed long eyelashes, her height was not much different from Tang San's, and extremely well proportioned, chest fully plump and round, slender waist turning somewhat like a snake. Although on her face was a lightly displeased and cold anger, this did not lower her charm a bit. The breeze blew, in the forest the tree leaves rustled, sunshine giving off shadows from the uneven dancing trees. Tang San lifted his right hand, saying, Please. By now the rage inside Meng Yuan's heart had already ignited into flame. Seeing her uncommon spirit ring unexpectedly run into a hiccup like this, how could she be at ease? She impatiently wanted to get rid of Tang San before her, in order to seize the 1000-year phoenix tail crest serpent and absorb the spirit ring to advance. In fact, although Dragon Duke Meng Shu also was in Stardo Great Forest, he had previously separated from Serpent Grandmother and Meng Yuren to pursue another spirit beast. Wanting to find him quickly wasn't at all easy. Otherwise, if Dragon Duke was in the immediate vicinity, how would Serpent Grandmother Chao Tianxiang still say something like that? Figure flashing, Meng Yuren already quickly reached before Tang San, the skull on the serpent cane swinging overhead straight at Tang San. Meng Yuren looked like she only was a slender young lady, but the way she fought certainly wasn't a girl's style. Not only imposing and extremely harsh, the spirit power within also brimmed with a tyrannical atmosphere. Watching the serpent cane descend, Tang San slid his feet, using Ghost Shadow Perplexing Track to rapidly retreat. Simultaneously, the first spirit ring over his body shone. Blue Silver Grass First Spirit Ring Ability, Binding, activated. Thick blue and black blue silver grass completely without warning rushed up from the ground, in a flash successfully binding around Meng Yuren trying to pursue and attack Tang San, from the sharp thorns protruding from blue silver grass, paralyzing poison immediately activated. Tang San right now was only at a location 3 meters away from Meng Yuren, looking at Meng Yuren sturdily bound by his blue silver grass. He couldn't help but reveal a faint smile. I think, this contest can be considered over. Tang San was still very confident in blue silver grass. If the opponent was more formidable than him, perhaps they would still have a chance to struggle free. But if an equally ranked opponent was bound by blue silver grass, struggling free was practically impossible. After all, while everyone's spirit power did not differ much, blue silver grass own poison would also greatly lower people's physical strength with full body paralysis, making it even more impossible to break free. This was also where control system spirit masters had the advantage over equally ranked spirit masters, especially under circumstances where everyone's rank wasn't high, and their actually usable spirit abilities were few. Wanting to struggle free from a control system spirit master's control ability became even more difficult, and possessing the 2 Datura Snake and Ghost Vine 100-year spirit rings blue silver grass could not be so easy to escape. After all, there was nobody who possessed the kind of physical strength like Zhao Wuji. Meng Yuren and her serpent head cane were completely bound within blue silver grass, but she didn't look like she had any intention of conceding. With a cold snort, over Meng Yuren's body the 2 spirit rings suddenly shone simultaneously. Seeing the 2 spirit rings flare over her body, Tang San was immediately startled. One must know that after being paralyzed by blue silver grass additional poison, it was impossible to continue mobilizing spirit power. This was also an important reason for saying blue silver grass current control capability was very powerful, but if Meng Yuren was able to urge 2 spirit rings here, then she certainly wasn't poisoned. At the same time as being secretly shocked, Tang San without the slightest hesitation again used Ghost Shadow Perplexing Track, lightning quick retreating backward. While retreating, he also saw a strange scene. Meng Yuren tangled up in blue silver grass twisted like her body was without bones, body suddenly going soft, unexpectedly like smeared with grease quietly sliding out from within blue silver grass, the serpent head cane in her hands directly smashing towards Tang San. From the snake head at the tip of the serpent head cane, a 2-chi-10 long tongue blade shot out, in a flash pulling close the distance to Tang San. The tongue blade flickered with a blue gleaming luster, clearly it was highly poisonous. Meng Yuren's 2 spirit abilities activated simultaneously. The first spirit ring ability, Tongue Blade 11, and the second spirit ring ability, Serpent Body 12. Relying on Serpent Body, she slipped out of blue silver grass wrappings, and Tongue Blade then erupted with tyrannical attacking power, immediately reversing the situation. However, the current Meng Yuren truly seemed to be in a somewhat sorry state. Although the sharp thorns on blue silver grass were unable to cause a poison effect and were even unable to penetrate her incomparably slippery snake skin, her clothes were not under the ability's effect. Right now her clothes were already riddled with gaping tears, and through some suitably placed holes one could even see within. This was also why Meng Yuren immediately tried to kill Tang San after struggling free from blue-silver grass. By now she was already not just angry, but also embarrassed and resentful at the same time. The spectating daimyo murmured in a low voice. This blue-silver grass undressing of Tang San's truly is a skill. If it was used again just now, perhaps the opponent would concede immediately. Whether it was daimyo or Ma Hongjun and Oscar, right now all eyes intently watching Meng Yuren's ferocious appearance without blinking. It could be said Meng Yuren was an outstanding beauty, and currently the holes in her clothes she had even more of a kind of nebulous beauty. Daimyo and Oscar could still be considered somewhat restrained, but Ma Hongjun, this fatty, was already drooling, his abundant evil fire bubbling up. Seeing blue-silver grass unable to display its effect, Tang San couldn't help but frown slightly. The tongue blade was already in front of him. The approach of the suddenly increased the chi length was extremely unexpected, and he could not keep dodging. Leaning his body slightly, Tang San no longer retreated. Emitting force underfoot, he was practically sticking to the tongue blade as he reversed direction, rushing forward, simultaneously his left hand using controlling crane strength to pull, right hand using capturing dragon strength to smash. His goal was precisely the underside of the serpent head cane's snake head. If this truly was a snake, then, Tang San's target was this snake's 7th kun 13. By now, Tang San already understood how Meng Yuren could be immune to the poison on his blue-silver grass. Because this spirit of hers in itself involved venom, she naturally had an immunity to poison, and precisely because of this, she was able to successfully escape his binding ability. With a muffled pang sound, the serpent head cane rose slightly. Meng Yuren's spirit power was still more tyrannical than Tang San imagined. Although the serpent cane was jolted, Tang San had no opportunity to attack. Meng Yuren broke off to pull back the serpent cane, holding the serpent cane in both hands with a slight shake. The serpent cane changed into 8 long shadows simultaneously aiming towards Tang San. For these 8 shadows were hard to tell apart truth or sham, bearing a surging tyrannical spirit power, they practically covered all the possible space where Tang San could dodge. But at this moment, Tang San's eyes suddenly shone, deep purple light flashing electrically, precisely purple demon eye. Seeing Tang San's eyes suddenly turn purple, Meng Yuren couldn't help but be slightly startled, her hands couldn't help but slow. The serpent head cane's 8 shadows could all be said to be genuine, but could also be said to all be fake, continuously changing between true or false to be able to maintain their existence. Perhaps if it was an expert like Zhao Wuji encountering this kind of attack, they could only choose to stubbornly block without any other methods, but, before Tang San's purple demon eye, that incomparably fast serpent head cane slowed down, and all trajectories were clearly projected in Tang San's mind by purple demon eye. Tang San moved both hands, without the slightest hesitation, simultaneously reaching forward, brimming with viscous spirit power that abruptly made the serpent head cane sluggish. Immediately afterward, Tang San's right hand stretched out like a lightning-fast genius pen stroke, unexpectedly grabbing hold of the serpent head cane, actually holding it in place, precisely in the 7 kun spot he previously struck. Meng Yuren only felt the serpent cane tighten in her hands, all the imaginary shadows disappearing completely. But, Meng Yuren's attack hadn't yet finished. That sharp blade shooting out from within the serpent head cane suddenly slid strangely, directly cutting towards Tang San's right hand gripping the cane, the thick sharp blade flickering with blue gleaming luster. Who knew, if this chopped down, then maybe. Meng Yuren's reaction speed was extremely fast. Practically at the same time as Tang San grabbed the serpent head cane, that sharp blade already struck. Under these kinds of circumstances, even if Tang San wanted to dodge, it was already a bit too late. If he released the serpent cane held in his hand, Meng Yuren would inevitably drive the serpent cane to attack, and the target that sharp blade's attack would also immediately change to Tang San's body. Part 3. What is called Eoyeon Kun longer is 1 kun stronger. Although Tang San's ghost shadow perplexing track was subtle, under these kinds of circumstances it was still practically impossible to dodge Meng Yuren's attack. At this, Xiao Wu, watching the fight, already cried out in alarm, stepping out about to rush in, but was discovered in time by Zhao Wuji and pulled back. Zhao Wuji's expression was equally gloomy, but if their side rashly intervened in this kind of impartial competition, it would violate the game's rules. Furthermore, he believed Tang San would not be so easily defeated by the other side. Originally, this kid could rely on hidden weapons to make even him get the worst of it. Currently, that strongest attack method of his had not at all appeared. Confronted by the cutting tongue blade, Tang San picked the simplest method to resolve it. At the same time, it was also like a suicidal method. His right hand did not let go, but he quickly raised his left hand, unexpectedly grabbing towards that tongue blade spit out by the serpent cane. Little San! Xiao Wu once again cried out. She had already closed her eyes in alarm. She did not want to see the scene of Tang San's palm cut open. But, was Tang San's palm cut? Of course not. With a light ding sound, Tang San's left hand already firmly grasped that tongue blade. Currently, his two hands had both already become a sparkling and translucent jade color. Precisely Tang Sek's secret lore Mysterious Jade Hand. Mysterious Jade Hand, secret lore written down in Mysterious Heaven Treasure Record. Speaking of Tang Sek's hidden weapon experts, Mysterious Jade Hand was one of the required courses. In Tang San's past life, apart from Tang Sect, the majority of people using hidden weapons, especially hidden weapons dipped in poison, all had to use deerskin gloves, so as not to injure their palms. If Tang Sek's disciples were also like this, then wouldn't they become a joke? Mysterious Jade Hand, with the Mysterious Heaven skill foundation, made the palm become tough and durable like cold jade, no kind of poison able to invade. With it, when Tang Sect disciples used hidden weapons, they did not need any preparation, and even more need not worry about injuring themselves. Of course, Mysterious Jade Hand was also limited, and when attacks exceeded its limit the palm still would be injured. Only, Tang San's current Mysterious Jade Hand limit clearly could not be reached by Meng Yuran. If substituting Serpent Grandmother Chao Tianxiang's serpent head cane, it might still be possible. Tongue blade in his hand, Tang San's 5 fingers tightened. Of his 2 hands, one grabbing the serpent cane, one grabbing the tongue blade. Closely grasping Meng Yuran's serpent head cane near the top in his hand, the 2 people each held one end of the serpent cane, immediately deadlocked. The tongue blade could be said to be the serpent head cane's best feature. A lot of skill was needed to be able to use it. The tongue blade being held in Tang San's hand was just like copper cast in iron. Meng Yuran several times used strength, but not only could she not wrest free the serpent cane, she could not even cut open Tang San's palm that suddenly had become lustrous white like jade. Meng Yuran's strength was in this serpent cane, so naturally she couldn't give up her weapon. Tang San of course also understood this fact, so this serpent cane became the crucial location for the 2 people's fight. Practically without the slightest hesitation, the 2 people simultaneously used their spirit power to attack the other side through the serpent cane. Tang San's spirit power was blue, Meng Yuran's spirit power was gray, the 2 kinds of differently colored light simultaneously displayed on the serpent cane, abruptly erupting in a tyrannical collision. Right now, no spirit abilities were of use, and the 2's spirit power was not much different. Confronting the other side attacking with spirit power was dangerous, already painful without advancing spirit power to attack the opponent. 14. Tang San could of course unleash his hidden weapons, but he did not think to do so. If he confronted an opponent with similar strength and did not win with spirit and fighting skills, then why had he cultivated for so many years? Even though blue-silver grass spirit's control capability was restrained by the opponent, Tang San still had to prove that he was stronger than his opponent. Thus, this fight between Tang San and Meng Yuran, at once became a battle of comparing spirit power. Meng Yuran's spirit power was fierce and tyrannical, and adding to the fury in her heart, on entering a deadlock with Tang San, immediately attacked like beating waves. Tang San's Mysterious Heaven skill was a method of the core family in the original sect. Its traits were tough flexibility and unending growth. Tang San knew the opponent's spirit power was higher than his, therefore as Meng Yuren was just about to unleash her attack, he did not counterattack, but withdrew his spirit power to the third of the serpent cane on his side, tenaciously digging in, with Aoa however you attack, I will not move from the high ground notion. Seeing the situation of Tang San and Meng Yuren in the end compete with spirit power, Serpent grandmother Chao Tianxiang and Zhao Wuji were both somewhat nervous. They understood that competing with spirit power was a kind of unusually dangerous method. With one mistake, it was possible to inflict heavy injuries. Subconsciously, the two both slowly approached the battlefield. When a problem appeared, they would immediately act to assist. 1 minute and 1 second passed, whether it was Tang San or Meng Yuren, on their foreheads both were wet with perspiration. The two both already used their full strength. Tang San's advantage was mysterious heaven skills, toughness and unending growth, in this respect its fast recovery speed, but Meng Yuren's advantage was having spirit power higher than Tang San. If the two both maintained equal guard, then, it was very possible to result in both sides suffering. But, Meng Yuren was too short-sighted. In the initial rush of spirit power she attacked too wildly, to the extent that her spirit power consumption was greater than that of the passively defending Tang San. On the surface, her grey spirit power occupied 2/3 of the serpent cane's area, but in fact, regarding spirit power she consumed even more. As time passed, and as the consumption lengthened, Tang San's counterattack gradually began. Blue spirit power gradually increased its hold on the serpent cane, and the strength ratio between the two gradually tilted. 1. Yin copyright A cent, alternatively Zhao Tianxiang. Dynasty Sky Fragrance. 2. Euro degree Euro Yin A copyright A Euro. 3. Yin A. 4. A copyright A 3/4 A cent Yin A Euro A. 5. Euro degree Euro A Euro A copyright A 3/4 A cent A Euro degree A Euro. 6. A copyright A 3/4 A cent Yin A Euro A with circumflex A Euro superscript 1 A Euro. 7. Euro degree Euro Yin A Euro superscript 1 A Euro. 8. She uses the suffix lao d, Yin A 1/4 A, which literally translates as old younger brother, and is an affectionate suffix for a somewhat younger adult man. English doesn't have a good equivalent to my knowledge, and Laodai is no easier to keep track of than Wuji, so I'll go with brother. 9. Yin A 3/4 A Euro A with circumflex, Meng as before. 10. 2 Yin A degree equals A cent A Euro M. 11. Yin E, or tongue edge. 12. Euro degree A degree A. 13 refers to a Chinese idiomatic expression for weak point, which originates from a saying that a snake is most vulnerable 7 kun from its head, supposedly because that's where its heart is. 14 This sentence is only so much gibberish to me, unless I assume typos. Let me know if you have a better translation. A copyright A cent A Yin A superscript 1 A Yin A superscript 1 A Euro A superscript 1 A Euro superscript 1 A Euro A with tilde copyright A pound A 1/2 A copyright A Euro degree A Yin A degree A copyright A Euro A with tilde Yin A Euro degree A Yin A Euro A superscript 2 A Yin A Euro A pound A Euro A with tilde Yin A superscript 2 A Euro A 3/4 A Yin A Euro A degree A Euro degree A Euro superscript 1 A Yin A Euro A Euro degree A Yin A Euro A Euro A superscript 1 A Yin A 1/4 A Euro A with tilde Yin A superscript 1 A superscript 2 A Euro degree A Yin A superscript 1 A Euro degree A Euro superscript 1 A pound A Euro.